In this video I'm going to show you how I made this gingerbread house using a variety of different crafts, mainly resin and polymer clay though. I started with a thin layer of brown pigmented resin in the mould. The mould has windows, so I only filled up to the lines, and the resin was coloured with Castin Craft resin pigment, which I got from Amazon. The mould itself is from Lakeland, you can see it on the mould on there. I'll try and leave a link in the description to where you can get it from, but if you can't get it in your country, try searching on eBay or Amazon or any places like that, or just Google for one and I'm sure you'll be able to find something similar. I added a clear layer of resin to the mould to fill it up all the way to the top, and that created the clear windows on the pieces when they are popped out. Don't forget to blow out any air bubbles using a lighter or a straw, especially when doing the first layer as well, because it has lots of ridges and lots of bubbles can get stuck in it. Here are the cured pieces once they've been popped out. You can see that the clear windows have worked pretty well. The resin is slightly sticky on that side, but it doesn't really matter because it's going to be on the inside and it's not going to be a jewellery piece that you're going to wear. I decided that I wanted to make a base for the house, so I used this silicone soap mould that I got from eBay, and I poured some glittery white resin inside of it. Obviously I didn't fill it all the way to the top, I filled about 5 to 7 millimeters of it, and it made a really good base. I had to check the size it would fit the house, but it was really good. Next I started on the decorations. I didn't have any little cookie cutters, so I drew a gingerbread man and a Christmas tree shape on paper and cut them out. I used these as templates for the cookies. I used Ecru Sculpey Primo for the cookies themselves, and I textured and shaded the pieces using chalk pastels and a toothbrush. For the gingerbread people, I indented the face and the buttons before baking using a dotting tool. I made some peppermint pieces by half mixing red and white clay into like a marbled pattern and rolling it out, and then I broke it into several pieces after baking it. This was actually an accident, I'm going to admit. I did try to do a candy cane and it didn't work out, so this is what I did with the clay. I just mixed it all together and I turned it into something that looks pretty cool still. But it was originally an accident. So I made proper candy canes and candy sticks by rolling out a log of white clay and adding smaller logs of red clay around this white piece. I then rolled this out carefully to the desired size, I twisted it, and then I cut and shaped the canes and cut the sticks to the size I wanted them. I made peppermint candies by adding white and red clay around a circle of white clay. That's kind of hard to explain, hopefully you can get what I'm doing in the video. I kind of made up how to do this as I went along. I didn't really know how to make it. I'm sure there's better tutorials on YouTube there that you can use for reference for this. I should have done that myself, but I didn't. I made lollipops the same way as the candy cane, but I added green clay as well as the red clay around a white stick in the middle, and a toothpick for the lollipop stick. I rolled the clay into a circle and I just shoved the lollipop stick inside, and it worked really well. I made gumdrops with different colours of clay. I just simply tapered the end of a ball of clay slightly into a rounded triangle point, and then I coated them in translucent liquid Sculpey and dipped them in white craft sand before baking. The craft sand I got from eBay, I believe. After I baked everything, I decorated the gingerbread cookies with acrylic paints and Scribbles 3D paints. You can decorate them however you want. You can use translucent liquid Sculpey before baking, or you can use bits of clay for the decorations, but I decided to paint everything on because it was easier for me and I liked the look of it. I used a pearl white 3D paint to decorate the roof, and I added colourful balls of baked clay. I didn't show how to make those balls of baked clay because I think it's fairly self-explanatory. I also added the paint on the windows and on the door to make it look like snow. I then put the house together using hot glue. I used chocolate colour glue sticks which I got from Etsy, but clear ones can be used as well just fine. I used hot glue because it dried really quickly and is quite 3D, so it's easy to use with these pieces and easy to glue them together. When I put on the roof, I put a little bit of glue in the middle of the roof and then set the roof on top of the house for it to dry and keep its shape. I didn't want to glue the roof to the house because I wanted it to be removable, so I only added a bit of glue first to make sure I didn't accidentally glue it to the house, because hot glue is impossible to get off once it's dry. I used white colour glue sticks to add the decorations because I thought it looked like icing and I thought it looked good. You can see the glue on this, but because it's white it kind of makes it look like it's more edible, I think, and I just like the way it looks. Sorry for the really awkward angles of this as well. My hot glue gun cord isn't very long, so it was really difficult to film and use this on my desk, but I think I made it work. I then glued the house onto the base. I used white hot glue again, and I used this also to decorate the house once it's glued down, so I added dripping icing down the sides and I just made it look really cool. I also glued down the door, and I put some white glue icing on the top of the door as well to make it look like either snow or icing or something Christmassy. I used the same deco cream as I used for my Decoden cases, which is the raccoon honey from Etsy. But you can also use silicone for this part. I just used it to glue down the gumdrops on the roof and add decorations around the house. I put cream around the base of the house as well, and I stuck in those peppermint pieces I made, which were an accident, and they looked pretty cool with it. And I also stuck the cookies down in front of the house with the cream as well. I made them stand up with a lump of cream behind them, and it looked pretty good. Once everything was dry, I could put the roof back on top and the gingerbread house is complete. I absolutely love how this looks, and of course it's not perfect, there's places I could improve on and there's things I do wish I could change about it, but overall I just think this looks absolutely amazing. It's one of the most difficult and challenging things I've made, but it's well worth it, I think. This took me about 2 weeks on and off making it. Obviously I didn't spend 2 weeks straight making this thing. I probably could have done it in about 4 days straight, but I don't have the energy for that. But I really love all the little details. The gumdrops I think are my absolute favourite, and I love it. I just think it's really great, and it's going to be my Christmas decoration this year. So I added a little battery candle inside and it looks really cool. You could keep Christmas presents inside it, you could keep chocolates, but I'm just gonna keep a little candle inside because that was what I designed the clear windows for. I wanted you to be able to see the light shining through the windows, and it looks really cool. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this sort of tutorial progress video type thing of my gingerbread house. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!